Hi guys, this is Omkarya. This is the second part of the PC parts list. In this PC parts list, we'll be discussing PC parts to build a PC on a 1,50,000 rupees. So the first part is Ryzen 9 3900X. This processor is a 12-core 24-thread processor. It's a Zen 2 processor and is based on the AM4 platform. The TDP is 105 watts. Now talking about the base clock is 3.8 GHz and the boost clock is 4.6 GHz. It supports PCIe 4.0 and it comes with a Wraith Prism cooler. The Wraith Prism cooler has RGB LED. Talking about the price is 45,899. It has L1 cache of 768 KB, L2 cache of 6 MB and L3 cache of 64 MB. For the most part, I've recommended the CPU just because for the price it's a very good deal. The second part is Crucial's MX500. It's a 1 TB SSD and it's an M.2 SSD. This SSD has a read speed of 560 MB per second and sequential write speed of 510 MB per second. It comes with a 5-year limited warranty. It also has a 45-day return back policy if something goes wrong or it doesn't work. Now talking about the price is 9,690. So talking about the graphic card is Zodex GeForce RTX 2060. It's a 6GB GDDR6 graphic card. It has 1920 CUDA cores. The engine boost clock is 1680 MHz and the memory clock is 14 GB per second. The output it supports is DisplayPort 1.4. It has 3 DisplayPort 1.4, 1 HDMI and 1 HDCP. It supports multiple displays. It can support up to 4 displays. And talking about the OS which it supports is it supports Windows 10 and Windows 7. It supports DirectX 12 and it is based on the Turing architecture. Talking about the price is 29,900. Talking about the power supply is Analtex 8CG 850 watt power supply. It's a 80 plus gold certified power supply and has a warranty of 10 years. It's a fully modular power supply. Talking about the pins, it has 24 pin connector, 8 pin connector, a 12 volt EPS, 6 plus 2 pin PCI connector and SATA connectors and Molex connectors. It has pretty much all the connectors that you would get with a power supply. Now talking about the fan, it also has 120mm Whisper Quiet fluid dynamic fan. It's quite silent when it works. And talking about the price is 11,109. So the fifth part is Analtex ICE 100TG. This cabinet is a little old. It supports motherboard form factors such as ADX, Micro ADX and Mini ADX. The front panel of this cabinet is made of acrylic and the side panel is made up of tempered glass. Now talking about the switches, it has a reset switch and a power switch, one USB 3.0, one USB 2.0 and a headphone jack and a microphone jack up front, and it can take graphic card up to a length of 360 mm and the CPU radiator height for this cabinet should be till 156 mm. Now talking about the fans that can be used in that, you can use 120mm fans. You can use 3 120mm fans in the front, 2 120mm fan up top, and it comes pre-installed with 120mm fan in the back. It has 2 hard drive bays and 2 SSD bay for inserting 2 hard drives into SSD. And it comes at a price of Rs 2,499. So the RAM is Corsair Vengeance LPX 32GB DDR4 RAM. It's a 3000 MHz RAM. It supports XMP 2.0. This RAM comes at a price of Rs 14,950. Now talking about the motherboard is Gigabytes X570UD. This motherboard comes at a price of Rs 16,890. It will support second generation, third generation and the fourth generation Ryzen processor. It supports 10 plus 2 digital phase VRM. Talking about the DIMM slot, the single DIMM slot in this motherboard can support up to 32 GB of RAM, and there are 4 DIMM slots which in total can support up to 128 gigabytes of memory. Furthermore, talking about the back panel connectors, it has a BS2 connector, so you can connect the keyboard or mouse, and it has an HDMI port. It has 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 port. It has 2 USB 2.0 and 1.1. It has Q Flash Plus button. It has an RJ45 Ethernet jack, 3 audio jacks, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 port via the internal header. Now talking about the I/O connectors, it has 24 pin main power, 8 pin 12 volt power, and CPU fan headers, 2 system fan headers, RGB LED strip headers, so you can connect RGB LEDs. It has 6 SATA 6 GB per second interface, so you can connect up to 6 SATA drives. It has an M2 socket in which you can connect PCIe Gen 3 M2 SSD if you're using a second generation Ryzen processor, and you can connect PCIe Gen 4 M2 SSD if you're using a 4th generation or 3rd generation Ryzen processor. If you like the video and share the video. Thank you.